Oh wait, maybe I said it to my boyfriend because he got Tupac killed.
Which of those four is it when you talk to him about murdering Tupac?
It was really about both of them. Either one. It was
Tupac and Suge, you mean?
Yeah.
On November 18th, 1995, Tupac was photographed with Sean Diddy Combs' baby mom, Sarah Chapman. Diddy described Sarah as being the one, his dream girl, so when she got with Tupac, Diddy did not like it. This resulted in his first attempt of getting Tupac.
I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I could say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows. So every time he say it didn't happen or that's the only thing that made this become an issue to everybody. I was acting. Who gets shot 5 times in acts? Oh, I didn't get shot 5 times in their vision. I only got shot once because they found the book. The police found him, but now they the cops. Now they doing detective work.
As with his first attempt being a failure, he then tried once again 1 year later. In the Diddy trial, it was announced, former LAPD cop claims Diddy had Tupac dealt with for $1 million. Suge retaliated then by having Biggie Smalls dealt with, as Diddy hired Keefe D to get Tupac. Then, after walking free for 20 years, when the police finally arrested Keefe D, he did an interrogation and snitched on Diddy. He didn't even know he was being recorded when confessing that Diddy was the lead man of the crime.
On all 4 of those occasions, there's San Diego, Anaheim, Irvine, and Vegas. Which ones do you actually talk to Puffy at?
Every one.
Every one of them. Which of those 4 is it when you talk to him about murdering Tupac?
It was really about both of them. Either one. It was
Tupac and Suge, you mean?
Yeah.
As during the Diddy trial, he was questioned on his involvement. The news wrote, Diddy faces questions about his alleged role in Tupac's passing after being mentioned 77 times in a new legal filing. The hired hitman of the crime said everything was Diddy's wish, and he also mentioned it was a lot easier than he thought it would be. Even a writer wrote, historian Jeff Pearlman, who wrote the Tupac biography, claims Tupac wasn't as tough as he portrayed, and he was just playing a role, saying, quote, he couldn't fight and he didn't even know how to use a firearm.
Because he died because all these guys sold him this lifestyle idea, but he wasn't it. He couldn't fight. He had no athleticism. He didn't know how to shoot. He wasn't that guy, but he started to believe it.
He method acted it.
100% method acted it.
Which backs up the claims that Keefe D said it was a lot easier than he thought it would be. This would result in news headlines picking up fast. 50 Cent would react during his concert.
I hate when they leave me to talk because I always say the wrong thing. I always say the wrong thing. Last time they left me, I said something about Puffy. You saw that? You saw that clip? Yeah! I gotta stop doing that kind of shit. I've been talking to a therapist trying to help me with the I'm saying. I said crazy shit. No reason. Oh wait, maybe I said it to my boyfriend because he got Tupac killed.
Because if you think Diddy's guilty, like the video, because when other times people confronted Diddy for being responsible for Tupac's passing, it always gets very awkward.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
But during the Diddy trial, Keefe D would reveal exactly how they set up Tupac to pass away, all by Diddy's wish. As on September 7th, 1996, Tupac was in Las Vegas with the head of his record label named Suge Knight. The two were off to the MGM Grand to watch a Mike Tyson match, as after it was over and they were exiting the arena, they spotted an op in the lobby of the hotel, where Keefe D later confirmed that this man was a watch guard waiting for Tupac to exit the arena.
Suge Knight and their entourage went to the Mike Tyson at the MGM Grand. Keefe D and his nephew, Orlando Lane Anderson, and 2 of their friends were also there. Keefe D told LAPD detective Greg Kading more than a decade ago, in a proffer that couldn't be used against him, the shooting was retaliation after Tupac jumped Orlando and up at the casino. Surveillance cameras recorded the fight. Tupac was angry that Lane had stolen his necklace years prior in Compton. Tupac, Suge Knight, and the entourage left the casino quickly.
Security would break up the altercation between Tupac, Suge Knight, and the ops, but it resulted in Tupac and Suge needing to go back to their hotel to change their clothes. At around 11 p.m., the two would be off to a club to go party it up for the rest of the night. While driving down the Las Vegas Strip, the two would hit a red light with loud music playing in the area. They were a literal driving target.
Knew about Tupac's concert at the Club 662. Members, including Orlando and Keefe D, jumped in their white Cadillac and started cruising the strip looking for the offender. Before long, they finally spotted Tupac's caravan. At the intersection of East Flamingo Boulevard and Koval Lane, the white Cadillac pulled alongside the black BMW with Suge on the driver and Tupac on the passenger seats. The back window of the Cadillac rolled twice in the chest, once in the arm, once in the thigh.
The aftermath was a mystery for over 2 decades. The police case was cold, nobody had any leads. This was, however, until a man by the name of Keefe D began doing interviews online, literally admitting to doing the crime, where he would do one specific interview where he details the moments of finding Tupac and literally doing the crime.
And Bubble Up was the driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together.
Okay. This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
Got to the light. He was gonna go drink, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He was hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac?
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next? You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat.
He even explained that it occurred so fast, all because Tupac was seen starting to reach for his own firearm, which resulted in one of Keefe D's own street members in the back seat to pull out their firearm first and do the act.
You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out.
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually?
No, once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car
That's what happened.
started at Tupac and Suge.
And sadly, Tupac already knew something was about to go down when looking Keefe D straight in the eyes. But a reminder, the case was cold for 2 decades. Fans would want more confirmation that Keefe D is telling the truth, which is why he would then release a never-before-heard police interrogation from the night of the crime.
Lane starts. You say Suge looks over, he sees you. He looks right at you.
Yeah, he looked at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then Tupac's busy getting. Evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out
in
of
the back seat or something.
Yeah. What do you see happening inside of their car?
I seen him going Suge head. I thought he was.
So Orlando across Dre.
He leaned over on the window. We rolled down the window.
During the police's investigation on Diddy, they were also able to find Keefe D's reaction to Tupac passing away, where he truly regrets it even happening.
Yeah, I hate it happened, dog. I really do, man. Cause it took a lot of people's lives, dude. I hate it happened. Probably to God. I feel they should, that was wrong, man. It was just purely wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wish it had never happened. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on it. It never happened, dude.
However, it's the evidence the police found next, which made fans extremely worried, as when you investigate it further, Diddy did not act alone. In case you missed it, reports came out reading, the reinvestigation of Tupac's passing is revealing new names and evidence of those involved. One new name brought up is Suge Knight. Eminem already called out Suge Knight for being responsible, but nobody really took it serious. Eminem said, quote, "I'm holding Suge responsible for the passing of the 2 greatest rappers to ever grace the face of the planet. If only the late Christopher Wallace, aka Biggie Smalls, could talk, he would tell you himself, "I'm holding Suge responsible for the passing of Ja Rule or anyone else that's down with the row." As according to new police records, it reads, Detective Russell Poole suspected that Suge Knight arranged Tupac's passing before he can exit the label. Then he framed the rival Blue Street team to throw off investigators. Which then raises the question, who's a famous Crip member that Suge Knight would pin Tupac's passing on? The most famous in the entire world for being in the Blue Street team is Snoop Dogg. He has his own police file in the Tupac passing, as when you learn he was supposed to be in the BMW with Tupac on the night that he sadly passed, it really begins to open your eyes.
You were with Tupac, though, in regards to Tupac. I heard a story, did you give him different advice that night on where to go?
I didn't give him no advice.
Right.
We wasn't seeing eye to eye.
Right.
So.
Saying during the Tyson.
Yeah, this incident that I'm explaining to you right now was the day before that.
Okay.
So when they got to Vegas, they went their way, I went back. I mean, when we got to LA, they went to Vegas and I went home. That's why I wasn't in the car with them.
As Snoop Dogg mentions that he was supposed to be in the BMW, but after some last minute changes, he suddenly didn't go. This was likely due to Snoop, Tupac, and Suge having an altercation just a few days prior.
The last time me and Tupac was on the same page, and I did an interview with Angie Martinez, and she asked me how did I feel about Puffy and Biggie, and I told her that I like their music and I want to do music with them. Bro didn't like that, Tupac didn't like that, so we had a misunderstanding. So on the flight back to LA, I didn't feel comfortable around them for what they had did, as far as I didn't let my security ride with me. So to protect myself and to prevent from happening, I slept under a blanket with the knife and the fork just in case something was to go wrong, but it didn't.
Now, with all of this happening within 48 hours of Tupac's passing, it made the police very suspicious. 2 decades ago, Snoop Dogg was heavily tapped into the streets. Some speculate Snoop could have received a tip that Tupac was going to be targeted on this night, so he avoided on getting in that car, but others believe Snoop was telling the truth, as the feds did find one more interview where Snoop claimed 2 days before Tupac passed, he felt like Tupac hated him.
I say a week before he died, we was best of friends. 2 days before he died, I don't think he liked me.
Why?
Because we was in New York, and it happened. New York, they shot at me and did all kind of shit to me, like just the worst you could think of. And I forgave him. And went and did an interview and was asked, how do I feel about Puffy and Biggie? And I was like, I want to do some music with him. And that just rubbed Cuz the wrong way, like tried to me out at you, and you talking about you want to do a song with it. I wasn't thinking about his emotions. I was thinking about the way I felt at the time. I wasn't into no controversy. I liked his music. They was our friends. We was all friends at one point. This video footage of all of us hanging out.
However, the craziest twist in Tupac's passing that you're likely unaware of is that Suge Knight said that Tupac is alive and living well. During an interview, Suge Knight would reveal Tupac was allegedly doing fine in the hospital before his passing, stating in quote, "When I left that hospital, me and Tupac were laughing and joking. I don't see how someone can turn from doing so well to doing bad."
I mean, when I left that hospital, me and Pac was laughing and joking. So I don't see how somebody can turn from doing well to doing bad.
So you seriously think that he might still be alive?
I would say this, Pac, you never know.
But what's weird about this is, according to police records, Tupac was supposedly in a very deep sleep when arriving to the hospital. So how in the world would he and Suge be laughing if Tupac was unconscious? It doesn't seem to add up. However, in a 2008 interview, Suge Knight said the same thing.
So he was conscious on the way to the hospital?
He was conscious on the way to the hospital. He was conscious in the ambulance. He was conscious after they did the surgery.
What was the last thing that he said to you?
They left.
But what's very interesting is he's not the only artist that believes Tupac is still alive. There's a rapper named Tretch who was extremely close friends with Tupac back in the day. They even worked on a few albums together as well. He was being interviewed before one of his concerts, and in the footage, you can hear the interviewer asking him about Tupac. To which he responds, "Last time I saw him, he was in Cuba."
So if you ain't ready for it, get on the sidewalk. One last question. Nobody knows. Y'all good? Yeah, we good. We good. Thanks a lot, man. We good. Last time I saw him, he was in church.
Then, only 2 weeks later, a video would be released onto a news website showing a video of Tupac supposedly chilling in a parking lot inside of Cuba.
Zoom in. That's Pac, man. He with the outlaws. And Reg from Holla Back is trying to be friendly and get autographs. Holla Back exclusive, baby. Holla Back.
But when it gets even more interesting is where this own officer revealed Tupac was an industry plant with a job of stopping the beef between the red and blue street teams.
Well, it turns out when I talked to Tupac's longtime mentor, political mentor, former Black Panther Chokwe Lumumba, who was his first business manager, he's told me, you know, I basically asked, well, was Tupac only pretending to be in order to appeal to gangs and politicize them? And he said yes. And that was part of his thug life agenda that he came up with his imprisoned stepfather, Mutulu Shakur. And so Tupac was just using that in order to get the and the leaders to call peace truces, first in Los Angeles, then throughout California, and then throughout the country. And that was why he was pretending to be this type. And really, he was just an intellectual prodigy.
With great evidence showing Diddy is responsible, while even more evidence showing Tupac could be alive, what do you believe? Comment down below who you think is responsible and leave a like on the video.